Thank you for tuning in to today's video that is kind of a small one, but still always exciting because we are taking a look at some brand new in the Big 25 Treat Studios Chu-I. I'm sorry. It's not Chucky. It's there's nothing on this that says Chucky. I don't know what everyone's talking about. You know, these Chucky hands. These are Bad Buddy, rude little dude hands. So yeah, I don't really know where all this Chucky stuff is coming from, but these are generic. These are meant for, as you can see on the packaging, connects with Treat Studios Ultimate dolls, which, you know, that could really mean anything. But these are exciting. These are something that were advertised or at least solicited a long time ago, years ago, when the Ultimate dolls were originally shown off in the Treat Studios catalog, product catalog for that year. And, you know, there were no orders for them. They're not something that was canceled from existing orders, but they were something that was essentially shown to originally come with one of the heads. And then when the head came to fruition, they did not have these hands. You know, they were not shown in the original pre-orders, so I don't really feel like what ToTS did was dishonest or anything with that. I think it's just kind of the way it boiled down with trying to get these out, at least from what I've been able to ascertain from actually talking to folks. Now, again, obviously, I don't represent ToTS or anything at all like that, so that's why, again, like, I don't like to get into the details or anything, but the long and short of it, they just weren't going to happen in time, and now it's time to get them. And I ordered these also from the last toy store. My first order from them, and it was a great experience. These folks, again, this video is not sponsored at all, but they were able to get these out really fast to me, and I had actually missed the window on Treat Studios' actual site, so that was really worrisome there for a bit, but shout out to the last toy store for letting me be able to get an order in on these last week. Now, I'm pretty sure there are some folks who were kind of upset about this being an extra accessory pack type thing that you had to spend more money on. But again, if the Pizza Face had originally gone up for pre-order with these included in the price, I would 100% agree. However, that didn't happen, and so I think them at least selling them extra, you know, 20 bucks, that's $10 for each hand. Is that worth it? I don't know. We're going to kind of, you know, figure that out here. I didn't mind it because it also opened the window. We've gotten accessory things for the Ultimate dolls in the past with the knife. And, you know, we know that they did have other ideas for other stuff. What they were going to do, I don't think any of that's been confirmed or said. But, yeah, so I don't know. Is it going to be worth it to you for 20 bucks? It's kind of a personal decision. Let's crack them open. So they got this little adorable bag that the box is in. That probably sounds horrible. Again, sorry also if the audio on this video is not the best. I've been trying to source new audio options or new microphone options since my Surf's Up Chucky review, because I know the audio for that was not very good. And I'm just too excited to make these videos, so again, hopefully in my future videos, that won't be too much of an issue. I'll actually be able to get some type of better external microphone setup. But, yeah. I don't know if this bag is from the last toy store or if it's from ToTS. I think it's from the last toy store, but because it has I think their own sticker on it. But either way, it's very nice. And there's just the regular box with no bag. I don't know if anyone cares to see that, but there it is for all the bag haters out there. And this should be like the easiest, simplest unboxing ever. That's why we're just going to do it in the video here, because they're just hands. We don't have that much to talk about today. And we're going to take these little fellas out, and cool. How do they... Oh, they're okay. So they are zip tied onto... Shit, I gotta get a knife now. I'm being dramatic. I do like that they have zip ties because, again, it means they're not gonna, you know, jostle around. I don't think there's too much paint on them aside from some accents, but you know, you don't want them to get all scratched and fucked up before you get to play with it. Got one of them and two. All right, get some nippers. It's super easy with some zip ties. All right, and so the main hand in this set that everyone wanted was this beautiful little middle finger here, and then as a bonus we got this other grippy hand. So that's pretty much it. Now again, Ultimate doll could mean anything, but we're just gonna go with this one just to be safe. You know, I don't want to get anything crossed. I don't want, you know, no IP infringement, but you know, it's just what we have kicking around, right? All right, and so here we have him with the other Ultimate Treat Studios doll hands. These are the hands that came with the actual doll. And these are the ones right here. They came with the Tommy head and hand set. These are the, you know, titular hand set. So you can see that the skin tone for these are a bit in between both of them. They're not as pinkish as the original Ultimate doll hands, and they are not as kind of matte and plastic looking as the Tommy hand set here. So I really kind of like how these look. I think they kind of, fall in between both of them because, I think these are frankly too pink, too much flesh tone on these. It looks like he's white knuckling right there with balling up that fist. I think these are a great skin tone here. And they also, these hands being doll hands, let me mess with my focus. These hands have these like lines on them that, it's cool, it's fine because he's supposed to look, kind of lively, but they make him just kind of look old a little bit, and these hands don't have that. This one doesn't really have that, and it also, again, does not have that pinkish texture of the original Ultimate doll hand. Now, the other thing as well, I don't think this has like this alternate piece. It's supposed to have a magnet in there to help with the knife that, they also released. And this one's just kind of a grippy hand. You can squeeze it a lot easier. It's almost like, dog toy-ish. So there's that. But, let's go ahead and grab that knife here while we've got it. And let's see how well he, can firmly grasp it. So, yeah, if you slide the knife up into his hand, he holds it very well. So, that looks really good. We'll see him on the doll here in a little bit. We'll take another look at that. But, it's a pretty good gorilla grip on that knife there. All right, now, before we do all of that, I'm getting them all mixed up. While we at least have it kind of like close up here, it's the one that everyone's here for. It is the middle finger hand. So let's go ahead and just take a closer up look at that. And there it is. It's literally exactly as it sounds. It's a little plastic doll hand flipping the bird. The detail on it's pretty good. You can see some close-up of the fingernails and some of the sculpted detail in there. My phone's focus is kind of freaking out, but it looks the way it does. There are some creators out there who've already made this, so there are folks that have had the middle finger on their Ultimate doll for years, and I think that's great. I'm glad those folks made it. But I am glad at least that ToTS actually got this out. Had ToTS not actually gotten these out, had I not known plans of these since 2023, I probably would have gotten them. But hey, I'm glad that this eventually happened. All right, now this is the part where I wish I had an Ultimate doll. I wish that there was, some like generic brand type of like Ultimate doll that like was on the market that I could kind of demonstrate these with, but oh, hey, okay. This one will work. And so here we coincidentally have their Ultimate Chucky doll from years past. Again, like I don't, whatever about this thing, but let's just take a look at these hands real quick. First up is the grippy hand. This, again, essentially, I'm really only going to show them with the pizza face because the Tommy head, as beautiful as it is, it's, a live doll, and they're just hands. Use your imagination. Here we can also put on the other grippy hand because he's got a grip. And I don't really know how to compare these. I mean, again, they're doing mostly the same thing. They are different sculpts. You can really tell that they are not completely identical. At least I don't think they're identical. If they are, the actual mold and rubber has cured a little bit different. But I think the skin tone difference is slightly obvious. This one is obviously paler with more pink, and this one is just kind of more subtle. But again, I really appreciate the skin tone of this hand here. It's kind of a bummer too, because it's like on the third shot, we got this version here, which is kind of too fleshy, too pale, too red on them. The Tommy hands had too much kind of like human detail, and these ones are just great all around. Like the color on them, the flesh. I just, how many other things could ToTS have done with the Chucky license? How good could they have gotten it? Because they got the skin tone finally correct, I'd say, between, the ToTS Chucky from Seed looking a bit pale in person and everything like that. I think we finally figured out flesh tone. Now, also with two grippy hands, this guy can dual wield, so let's go ahead and give him the Ultimate knife that, is supposed to go with him. But also, it is September right now, so Spirit Halloween is open. You can go down there and get a bunch of really good fake knives, I'm sure. But there he is with two knives, and I gotta be honest, like, I didn't really think about this part of it before making the video, but I like him. I like him holding, two different knives here. We haven't seen many dolls do that, and I think the fact that most of them, when they are coming out like this, they at least have one grippy hand, but most of them don't, even at all. Like the, ToTS Seed doll has the open type hands there. So to have a Chucky that can dual wield weapons or has two grippy hands, it can kind of open up some possibilities as far as like posing him, photography, things like that. You can do kind of a lot more with them now if you really think about it. But again, I know nobody came here because he's supposed to dual wield anything or hold like a double-bladed lightsaber. We are here for a very specific purpose. But that is this little fellow right here, the main event, The middle finger hand finally been united with Ultimate Chu-I. Let's just pop it on there. Ah, that nice little snap. It feels so good. Now, the one thing I've been thinking about with this, since they kind of showed it, is the fact that the, Trick or Treat Studio style doll with the inner foam body, the arms can't go up that much. So I'm going to try and get this in a very good middle finger pose that looks somewhat natural. Bear with me. Now, the fun thing about it is the shoulder's the main thing you have to worry about. The elbow, you can pull up a pretty good amount, but there really is no wrist, so you can't, like, stick the arm straight out and then bend the wrist to, as one's prone to do. The issue here I'm finding is the sweater is not wanting to stay any type of up on the arm here, or I guess down the arm. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. Just kind of mess with his legs a little bit here, kind of give him some dynamics. Because again, this thing is crazy expressive now. But we're going to go the extra mile. We're going to adjust his eyes. I've not messed with this guy, at least like this, in a while. So his hair's still a little wild. I kind of just left it kind of like that for a bit once I got him with this Child's Play 3 setup here. Try and get his hair back to normal here after adjusting his eyes. And look at that. Oh man, I love how this looks. And this is it. This is really what I wanted out of the accessory set here. He looks mean. He looks nasty. He's throwing up that bird. Now I'm afraid because I'm not going to want to take this off of his arm, but leaving that foam and wire, torqued like that is definitely not going to be good long term. But again, kind of depends on what's your doll setup? Has the doll been modified? I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life. Just looking out for Chu-I. But if you guys have any questions about his little handsies, please leave them in the comment section down below. I'll be happy to get back to you as soon as possible. Feel free to hit me up over on Instagram at DudeSpooter. I'm probably going to be posting a little bit more about this thing, and I keep up with some new stuff I get over there a little bit more often than I can over here. I hope everyone's having a wonderful September and a wonderful start to their spooky season. I will see y'all in the next one, and until that time, my name is Fizz, and this has been some Trick or Treat Studios Ultimate Chu-I. I'm sorry, Trick or Treat Studios Bad Buddy Rude Little Dude Hands. Thank y'all for watching.